Alright, bit of a continuity error here, guys. This part is the first part, but it was recorded after the second part. So, anyways, my hair looks fucking... There we go. My clothes are fucking... Oh, you can't even see them, but my clothes are covered in food. Because I've worked a whole shift today. I don't know if you can tell. And I gotta work 2 jobs tomorrow, that's what's up. I'm quitting. I'm gonna quit in May. Anyways, just don't tell them no. By the time this comes out, I'll have already quit. I just did the math, so. Anyways, guys, aside from that, I've been wondering lately if the MCU was ever as good as I remembered it being. I used to remember it being like 2 or 3 out of 10, 2 or 3 out of 10 movies. Like you have 10 movies, right? 2 or 3 of them would be kind of a flop, kind of not a flop. They wouldn't be as good as the rest, you know? Now it feels like 2 out of 10 movies are the good ones. That, like, for every No Way Home and Shang-Chi, you get like... Okay, so for instance, for every Captain America and for every Winter Soldier and Infinity War, you had like you get like 10 of those, right? And then you have 2 Thor: The Dark Worlds. No sweat, right? I mean, you still have like 2. You have like 2 like movies that are you have 2 kind of poopy movies, and then you got like 8 good ones. So right now it's like for every No Way Home and Shang-Chi, you have like 8 The Marvels. And that's not even counting TV shows, bro. The TV shows. WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, and Loki were really the only great ones. Or I'll be proven wrong when I'm doing all of this. All of this to say that today, well, over these next couple of days, but for you, today, we're looking through Captain America, Peggy Carter, her one-shot and her series, and then Captain Marvel. Looking through all of these, just at the start of our marathon, we're going to watch all of... I've been over this 1,000 times. Y'all already know. We're going from Captain America to No Way Home. But right now we're starting Captain America, Peggy Carter, Captain Marvel. And we're going to see if these movies are really as good as I remember them. I already know the answer for Captain America because I already recorded that review. Stay tuned. We got some good shit coming. As far as... I do want to let this be known, I'm not watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or Inhumans for this. I will revisit those. We're also not going to be looking at Runaways or Cloak and Dagger. Sorry, not sorry. Oh, we will be looking at What If and I guess What If's the only animated series on here because we're not going to bother with. We'll watch all of What If because you really don't need to watch any, like, that's by itself. So we'll watch all of that. But we're not going past No Way Home other than that. Because, like, No Way Home, or What If season... Well, we didn't get a season 2 or 3 until after. But yeah, I mean, I guess that also means we'll be able to look into both Lokis. I don't think we'll get to Miss Marvel then. We'll probably do Miss Marvel just to make it easier on myself. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Those are the ground rules. We're just skipping Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Inhumans, Cloak and Dagger, and Runaways. We're not going to bother with those. We're not going to bother with any animated series outside of What If, and we're going strictly Captain America all the way to No Way Home in timeline order. I don't even know if we'll be watching Moon Knight, to be honest with you. So we'll see. We'll see when we get there. Hopefully we don't burn out on Marvel right now, man. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Y'all ain't seen shit yet. Y'all been here for 5 minutes. Bro, this video is going to be over an hour and a half, I tell you. It's going to be over an hour. Probably not an hour and a half. See you in the next one. I'll probably be filming... I don't know. I guess I should film all of them out here for continuity. It'd just be easier anyways. I don't know. I might film some of them in my car. I don't know. This is going to be a really long video project. This is going to take me like a month to do. Yeah. Alright, my hair might be a little bit messy. I'm getting ready for work. I have to kind of rush because I didn't wake up as early as I wanted to. Wanted to wake up at 9 o'clock, watch some Captain America. Woke up at 10:30. Still watch some Captain America. Whew. This fucking movie, dude. This one's really good. Before we get into it, like, I already fucked up. No, I'll just record my intro later. It's okay. I'll go back and re-record. But dude, okay, so I'm recording these in 3 parts. Well, now it's gonna be 4 parts because I gotta record the intro. I'm recording this in 3 parts because we're gonna do this. We're gonna do Captain America. I did mention we were already gonna do Captain Marvel. But our next thing we're gonna do is Peggy Carter. All of it, like the series, Safer Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We're still gonna keep that. That's still gonna be on the back burner. We'll come back to that later. I know she has an episode in there. I don't care. It's a decent. It's a great show sometimes. It's a very mid show other times, and on 1 or 2 occasions, it's been a pretty bad show. Overall, it's good. But I ain't got time for that kind of shit right now. So we're gonna come back to it. We're gonna start Captain America, the Peggy Carter one-shot that came out after this, and then Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, where to begin? I want to give my thoughts on it, but maybe I should recap the movie for y'all if it's been a while. There's some interesting connections here. I do want to say this real quick before I forget. One of Captain America's soldier buddies, I think he's also on, I could be mistaken, but I think it's the same guy who's on 911. He's also Peter's teacher, one of Peter's teachers in the Spider-Man movies. Apparently, Peter's teacher, is the grandson of this guy, and this guy we can see in Peter's classroom. You probably already knew that, but I just had to say it. I want to break everything down. As far as the plot, let's see. So it opens up with these guys who've discovered the Hydra ship that Steve crashed. Not sure why it took them so long, but hey, whatever. And then they go and dig it up. They see what they can find in there. They find Captain America. You know, give me a line to the colonel or whatever, and then it's like it's 3 a.m. and blah 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 blah. So then we kind of just build our way to how he got there. We see Steve really trying to get into the army. Bucky's been in the army, and Steve wants to go in with him, and then he wants to serve. He wants to do the right thing, but he can't. He can't as is. He's not fit for combat. So we see this Abraham Erskine, brilliant scientist who created the super soldier serum, and a really lovable character too. It's a shame, after Steve bulks up, Erskine is just kind of done away with. But a very powerful line is to stay, like he says, like, stay who you are. Not a perfect soldier, but a good man. And as he dies, he kind of just points at Steve's heart. Not gonna lie, they got me watering up a little bit. I didn't cry because I'm a man, but it'd be like that, And then I suspect we're about to be interrupted. One moment. It really smells like a fuckload of ass out here. I mean, I know we got the cat litter boxes over there, but they don't even... Hi, cat. She's gonna kill me in my sleep. So, a little bit of Jamba Juice. Actually, I don't even know what that is. Just said that could be a slur. I don't... It's probably not, but... Choose carefully. I just found out a word that I've been using. I thought it was just a type of, like... I thought it was like hippie. I guess hippie's kind of a slur, huh? But my family kind of wears hippie proud. So, we're not Woodstock hippies, but, you know... My family kind of wears that one. But another word kind of like hippie, apparently that's a slur. I've been using that my whole life, so my bad. My apologies. I guess they're kind of like Romanian hippies, just so I can kind of confess that a little bit. Didn't know it was a slur. But Sodded.
Hey.
Anyways, back on point, because I actually have a crunch right now. We'll get it done. But, no, so, I mean, we see, you know, like, Cap proving himself, or Steve proving himself to be worthy of the serum. He finally gets it, Erskine dies, and, you see a little bit of a fling with him and Peggy, like they're getting along a little too well. And even, I can't remember his name, but he played Two-Face in one of the other Batman movies, the awful one. He was good in this movie. Shit, he might have been good in that movie too. I just didn't like the movie. But, the soldier guy, I can't even fucking remember his name. Like the sergeant. And, he's, he's catching on too. He sees like a little tape of Steve with his little pendant or whatever with Peggy on the inside of it, and he's just like, want to say something, Peggy? Like, got something to say? And then obviously, like, we get the first clash with Steve and Red Skull, and they're kind of evenly matched, and then Arnim Zola kind of just pulls the lever and the bridges separate, and butt cheeks, and we see him with Bucky, like he saves Bucky from the camp. I thought it was all really well done. Like, this is a solid banger of a movie. It's a simple story. There's no, like, not really any interconnectedness to the rest of the universe. This is kind of where the universe starts. I think the first movie was Iron Man. This is probably like the fourth movie, right? This was the fourth movie because we had Iron Man, Hulk, Iron Man 2, Captain America, Avengers. But, like, I watched this one first. Like, this is the best one to watch first. Aside from the fact that the post-credit scene is a trailer for the Avengers. That kind of messes with the timeline a little bit, but it's fine. But, I mean, Red Skull, one of the villains, like, one of the greatest villains that the MCU's ever had. And I'm hopeful that he can come back. In the comics, Red Skull is not just a World War II problem. He's a modern-day problem. He was even in Wolverine and the X-Men. That was a great series. Was it Wolverine and the X-Men? I think it was. The Red Skull starts fucking with Wolverine, and Wolverine has to put him down, and then, it's been a while since I've seen it. And we find out Wolverine was friends with Captain America, and he's like, I'm gonna save you one day, Cap. It's neither here nor there. But during this movie, I want to say for the future of this movie, because here's two things I gotta say. When Cap finally beats Red Skull at the end of the movie, he's like disintegrated seemingly, but actually we now know that he was sent to Vormir to protect the Soul Stone. Now that the Soul Stone has fulfilled its purpose, you could probably make it so that way Red Skull is back to normal, and he's trying to find his way back to Earth. Maybe he kills maybe someone else goes looking for the Soul Stone. He kills them, takes this ship, and goes back to Earth, saying, I don't give a fuck about that stone. I mean, how do you even return the Soul Stone? Did Cap even return it? Is he holding on to it? Like, I don't know. But you can make the argument that Red Skull is human again, and that he's back on Earth somehow, and that he becomes a modern day problem, and it's something that Anthony Mackie's Captain America has to deal with. And then, I still want that Wolverine Captain America team-up movie. We're probably never gonna get it, but there's a montage of Steve doing shit in World War II, and it's an awesome montage. You get like the shield throwing, you get him kicking open the door, and just and somewhere in between that montage, just fit a whole ass Captain America and Wolverine movie. I don't even care if it makes sense. Or just retcon the whole thing with Secret Wars. I don't know. Make it happen. I too know how to use PowerPoint, but that was lame. I apologize. I'm not editing it out though. I point a lot and I talk with my hands too much. But but no, this movie's a solid 8 out of 10. This movie is a solid banger, dude. Like, this movie was so fucking good. Also, when they go to the Stark Expo, I forgot to mention this. When Cap or Steve and Bucky go to the Stark Expo, you can see the original Human Torch's suit. I guess he's a robot or something. I don't know much about him, but before Johnny Storm, you had John Hammond? No, it was Jim Hammond, I think. Again, I don't know much about him. He's in the new Ultimate Universe. That's pretty cool to find out about. But I guess he's a robot. I don't know. I don't know if that's canon. This time it was just a suit on a mannequin, though. But it was pretty cool to see that. I loved the action scenes. And, dude, I got Return of the Jedi vibes when Cap is, like, he's fucking up all the Hydra agents. And then they just... Sorry, I just straight up died. Y'all can't see down here, but I'm just kind of balancing on shit. Ignore the sirens. But the, you know, he's fucking up all the Hydra goons. He's, like, throwing them around, and then he's got him, and so he just kind of surrenders, and Red Skull takes him. Red Skull's like, I'm on a bit of a schedule. He says, so am I. And then his friends, like, fucking run into the window and start fucking up all the Hydra goons and shit. It's not exactly the same, but I was like, that was the most Return of the Jedi-ass surrender I've ever seen since fucking 81? Whenever Return of the Jedi came out? I don't know what. But, like, seriously, like, Luke surrendering, handing over his lightsaber, and then just... And then just Cap, he's just like, okay, surrender my shield, you know. I'm gonna go talk to Red Skull now. Arnim Zola, he's gonna be important later. Interesting character. Let's see. Bucky, his death. We all know now. I'm not gonna pretend. But that was a pretty hard hitting moment. You know, like, Cap's thrown around, and the shield, he's got the shield, he drops his shield, so Bucky picks up his shield and he's getting ready to, like, cover Cap. Just out the train. Just falling to his death. Death. Shame about what happened to his arm, though. But no, this was a good movie, and this invoked all the good feelings. I love Red Skull as a bad guy. Like, he wasn't afraid to kill his own men. Like, there's a part that's like, we fought to the last man, and he's just like, evidently not. And the fucking Tesseract weapons. I remember there was a debate. Like, okay, well, like, Red Skull's fine, and he was disintegrated by the Tesseract. These guys were disintegrated by the Tesseract. No. Red Skull was not disintegrated by the Tesseract. It didn't look like he was having very much fun either, admittedly. Like, that looked horrible. I wouldn't want that. But, what happened to him looked very different than what happened to everybody else. Everybody else fucking died. Red Skull just had a bad time. Like, say it how it is. Like, Red Skull, he's fine. Those guys that got disintegrated at the, like, halfway point of the movie, they're fucking gone, dude. Like, and besides, it wasn't like that machine was just shooting Tesseract beams or Space Stone beams. Spoilers. it wasn't like that at all. It was it wasn't like that at all. It was just like fucking shooting energy powered by the Tesseract. So I don't know. But also the actions. I mean, I already said that. The action scenes were great. The characters were great. The writing was pretty good. There wasn't really anything I had a problem with writing wise. That's how I would write a movie. Well, no, I'd probably write a shitty movie, but like, real quick right now, Cosmic Invasion, new Marvel game with Captain America, Spider-Man, Wolverine, looks awesome. We're gonna do a let's play of TMNT Shredder's Revenge, and then we'll do that game whenever it comes out, probably towards Christmas time or something. But back on topic. Like I said, Red Skull is one of the greatest villains that the MCU's ever had. They need to find a way to make it happen. Bring him back. It was a nice cameo in Infinity War. I don't think we saw him in Endgame. We did see him in Endgame. Nice little cameo in those two movies, but like, make it happen. I like seeing, at the beginning of the movie they found Captain America. At the end of the movie, we see how he got there, and then, it's just kind of like darkness for like 5 seconds, and then Captain America wakes up and he's like, "This isn't right. That game, 1941, I was there." So where am I really? What's going on? And then seeing Fury at the end of the movie, that was amazing. His first appearance was probably at the end of the first Iron Man, I think, but just seeing him here, I was like, that's cool. Back when that character had a bit more status, now he's kind of just this guy, But no, I love seeing Fury back in the old MCU times. It's weird that he's not going to be in Doomsday. It seems like. Sorry, I'm thinking of the bigger picture here. I gotta stay focused on this movie. We have time for the bigger picture later. So yeah, without going back and forth, it's an 8 out of 10 movie. Like, I really enjoyed it. I'm really glad I got to watch it again today. I really can't knock it for anything aside from like it takes a bit longer to get going than something like Iron Man. I think Iron Man, you're kind of just thrown into the thick of it, but with this one, that's how I remember it anyways. With this one, you kind of got to get there, but it's worth it. Howard Stark, he's a great character. I love seeing him. Very different character than he would be later. I do have a hard time reconciling Howard Stark here versus Howard Stark in something like Civil War. But that's a problem for another day. I love the actor who played Howard Stark in here. He was just like an Iron Man Jr. They should bring him back for like if they do an Ultimate Universe Iron Man or like an Ultimate Universe line of movies. They should bring him back to be like the original Iron Man. That's what Howard Stark was in that universe. And now Tony Stark is Iron Lad, which is a bit confusing. But Dum Dum Dugan, Agent Carter, all great characters. We don't get enough of Dugan or Dugan and Agent Carter. Honestly, I love her in this movie. I really wish we got to see more of her in the MCU. What if aside, Agent Carter, I have no problem with Captain Carter. I still love that character. But they could have done more with Agent Carter for sure. Not sure how, but there's a way. I think that about covers it. I really don't have time to talk in circles like I usually do, which is probably great for you guys. We'll have more time for that later because I'm going to do Peggy Carter and Captain Marvel, which Captain Marvel's going to have Nick Fury too, so that'll be fun. But I do got to get going. Thank you so much for tuning in this long. For me, it's going to be a couple of days until I see y'all again. For you, y'all see me in y'all will continue to see me in 3 minutes. So, all right, guys, I'm a little tired. I've filmed 2 videos. I've had more of a relaxing day. I haven't really done that much. Still trying to fucking edit my Daredevil video. I don't know what order this shit's coming out, but I've spent on and off. It's been on and off for 4 hours trying to edit this fucking video, and it keeps crashing. I keep it to start over. As I said in another video, I'm making the Voltron of YouTube videos. Just making a bunch of small pieces, and then putting them together. It's the only way to get this shit done. But it's gonna get done. I don't know why it hates me. I don't know why. But it's gonna get done. I hope we don't have the same problem with this fucking video, but now I'm getting worried. So Captain Carter, Agent Carter. This is the Marvel one-shot. And it's pretty good. This really started. It's kind of like a short film, you know. This is the kind of thing I hope we're getting with John Bernthal's Punisher, although it seems like we're getting a little bit more. This is what I'm expecting. John Bernthal's Punisher, the one shot. It might lead into a series. It might be standalone. But I'm expecting 16 minutes of Punisher glory. Like a Dirty Laundry, the Thomas Jane one. Which I still haven't seen. But everybody loves that. Now, anyways, back on to Captain Carter. In terms of story, Agent Carter, the one shot. In terms of story, what we get here is it's nice setup. It does set up quite nicely. How do you get from her series where she's running S.H.I.E.L.D., how do you get from Captain America, where she's just a high-ranking military official, to her series where she's running S.H.I.E.L.D.? Well, this is it. This is that missing piece. Now, technically, this came out first, so is it really a missing piece? No. But this sets up that. And I haven't seen her show yet, so I don't really know. I'm trying to tell you how this fits into place. But her show, I've never seen. I saw her episode on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I haven't seen Agent Carter. Although Disney Plus says that I watched 4 episodes. So I'm thinking what happened is I went to start it one night. Maybe I was even a little crunk. And I pushed play. And then I fell asleep. I don't know. Angry Orchard Dude. This is just an old ass bottle. I need to clean up my fucking room. I'm glad y'all can't see this mess. This is just an old ass bottle. Unfortunately, I have nothing in my system right now. But yeah, so it's I'm trying to tell you where this is going, but right now all I have is what it is. This is kind of the missing. This is one of those pieces of MCU. You could probably skip this, right? You could definitely skip this. Now that I say that out loud, I'm like, what the fuck you mean probably? You can definitely skip this, but I don't see why you would. Why you could totally skip the Agent Carter series. I understand that one. This one just kind of layers out the world outside of Captain America. I feel like we didn't get a whole lot. I feel like Agent Carter didn't do a whole lot in Captain America, but she was one of the standout characters. So here you go. Bucky's another character that didn't do a whole lot in the movie. He got his own thing. He got a few of his own things. He's gonna be in a thing. But as far as Captain Carter, basically, she's just at a desk filling out paperwork, doing code breaking and data analysis, and it bores her. She yearns, just like Steve, she yearns for the mines. She wants to go on those adventures. She wants to kick the bad guy's ass. She wants to do more than what she's doing. She feels wasted at this. A feeling I know all too well. And she knows that she can do more. She wants to do more. They won't let her do more, so she goes out and does it. That gets the attention of Howard Stark. And again, I just can't reconcile Howard Stark from like the Iron Man movies and Howard Stark from this, but Howard Stark, this it's all brought to his attention, and he's like, "Shit, you got promotion." I thought the action was pretty good. I liked when she's interrogating the guy, and you just scream for help, and then he just fucking help, help, and then he's like, "Oh, there's 4 guys," and then there's a 5th guy, and she walks out, she's like, "You need to learn how to fucking count, you fucking dumbass." He's like, "Okay, moment. I thought that was pretty cool. Just a bomb, you know. I think that's why she was disarming. No, sorry, she was going in after something. I can't remember what it was. Dude, I just watched it, bro. My goofy ass. But yeah, she was going in there. There was something she was disarming because there was gas and shit. But yeah, no, I thought the action was incredible. I really did like this, and this is a good setup for her own series. This makes me want to watch that. Again, I don't know if the 2 trains of thoughts were connected, but they seem to be. Shit, I'm excited to watch it. Again, I saw her episode in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but like she really wasn't in that much of it. I didn't dedicate 15 minutes of the 42-minute runtime to her. It was an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode that was just set up to wrap her story up. Obviously, we've seen her return in What If. She had a cameo in Winter Soldier. I hate to call it a cameo, but that's what it was. She had a really short appearance in there. Yeah, this is only 16 minutes. I gave it a... Oh, Dum Dum Dugan. He's at the end of it. Yeah, he didn't do much. I imagine they're going to be in a lot more of the actual series. The characters that I liked that we didn't get to see a whole lot of. But I mean, yeah, no, I had some, I had fun watching this. Excited to watch her series. I'll do a review for season 1. I'll do a review for season 2. Then we'll go start Captain Marvel. That'll end this little video here. Man, this is gonna take longer than I thought. Cause damn, I didn't expect there to be 2 seasons. But it's okay. That's what we signed up for. We're doing Captain Marvel. I already said we're going to, so I got you. I was thinking like, man, we'll just end this at Captain Carter season 1, or Agent Carter season 1, and we'll come back and nah, don't be a pussy, Mikey. Don't be a pussy. We got this. So yeah, Agent Carter. It was a good watch. 7 out of 10. There's not a lot to it. It's clearly set up. It's clearly to promote what's coming. 7 out of 10 seems fair. Yeah. On to the next thing.